If you've ever looked at a group of cattle and wondered whether to keep them or sell them, you may have wished for more information to help you decide. In fact, in today's economy, many producers now feel they can't afford to make those decisions without a comprehensive DNA profile. Fortunately, as Brian Baxter reports, that good, hard scientific data is readily available to producers.
Igenity is the most comprehensive, most powerful DNA profile available to beef producers. We give them information on their animals that they can make better decisions, whether it comes to breeding, selection, procurement, management, as well as marketing. Producers can realize how they can take advantage of this neat science and put it to work in their operations.
More producers are putting DNA technology to work in their operations. For example, Wayne Cockrell manages the Carter Ranch in Leon County, Texas. Founded in the 1870s, the ranch today is a commercial Brangus cow-calf and stocker operation. Cockrell sees the Igenity profile as a tool to make more informed decisions that will clearly improve his herd.
In any cow herd in any part of the country, we all have that bottom 25% of the cows that are a drain, an economic drain on the rest of the cows. If we can eliminate those cattle, the returns that we will realize out of that may be the difference between staying in this business and not staying in this business.
The Igenity profile evaluates 15 economically important traits. Traits including fertility, feed efficiency, average daily gain, some of the important maternal traits like stayability. So those are some important traits that we're able to look at and evaluate in an animal early in its productive life to figure out which animals excel over others in that operation.
I think with today's economy, it's even more important that producers make the right decisions. The comprehensive Igenity profile allows them a look inside their animal that is not available anywhere else, and allows them to make better financial decisions as well as better decisions towards their goals going forward than anything else that's available.
The Igenity profile, for me as a manager, has given me a valuable tool to use in our operation here to make decisions that affect our bottom line.
Cockrell worked with Igenity sales representative Sam Lewis to put the power of DNA to work on the Carter Ranch. That effort began with collecting DNA samples.
Through our Igenity tag, we have the ability to collect that information as simple as just putting in an ear tag. The convenience of our tag allows us to collect samples at several times. The most popular times to collect Igenity samples would be at bull soundness exams, branding possibly, at weaning, any time as early as possible in that animal's life that you want to try to make some kind of a selection.
When we went into this process using the Igenity profile, I will have to admit I was a little anxious about the ease of using the tagging operation. You know, is this going to slow us down at chute side? And gosh, it was so simple. It did not slow us down. If you can use the tagging pliers, you can use the Igenity tag.
Once the samples were collected and the Igenity profile came back, Cockrell had comprehensive DNA data that told him exactly where his individual animals stood in terms of 15 key economic traits.
The Igenity can look at that inside information in those animals early in its productive life. So from one single DNA sample, we'll be able to provide back to a producer 15 Igenity profile scores that we believe are very important for his operation.
Then producers can apply the information from the Igenity profile by using the Igenity software to sort the information based on their individual goals.
The Igenity software would be what I would refer to as being cowboy simple. The tagging process was very simple. You know, the computer process and the sorting on there was something that someone who is not a computer expert, you know, can certainly do with ease.
The information is only as good as what you do with it. And so you can profile an animal, you can get the parentage on an animal, and unless you take action on that information, it is useless. And so that's where my role comes in, is I spend time with that producer, working through that information, utilizing that information to help them reach their goals.
Let's go back to Texas, where reporter Brian Baxter is learning more about how cattlemen can put DNA profiles to work in their operations.
On the Carter Ranch, the identity profile is allowing Wayne Cockrell to have inside information on his animals soon enough to make decisions that impact herd quality and his bottom line.
The identity profile, allows us to make those percentage choice decisions on a live cow that we have now. Not 2 years from now when we get that carcass data back and then try to trace that back, to the cow herd and to the bull. I've got that information right now. This is something that we were looking for. Since we're being paid a performance bonus on these cattle and we know what we're producing, we had made changes on the bull side, and really the area that we were trying to improve our genetics on was on the percentage of choice product. Our yield was great, feed efficiency was okay. We'd done about all we could do on the bull side. So trying to improve our choice product without giving up reproduction and feed efficiency and all those things.
One of the tough decisions many commercial cow-calf operators face is deciding which heifers to keep as replacements. With his identity profiles in hand, Cockrell is able to make those choices with confidence.
The identity software allowed us to do a weighted sort on those results. And in taking those results, we were able to eliminate the bottom 30% of those heifers. And I think that's key to remember as a commercial cow operator. Not that we're trying to just pick the super cows out of there. If I can eliminate the bottom 30%, those are the cows that cost us some money. And so the identity program allowed us to do that.
For him, the identity profile and software tools have delivered real value on the bull side, too.
We also tested our bull herd. We weighted those bulls on a weighted sort. What are our top bulls? Where did those bulls originate from? What are those genetics? That's some powerful information that in turn allowed me to go to some bull sales where we had purchased bulls prior to that. I went in there with a piece of information that a lot of other people didn't have.
Bottom line, the DNA data on individual animals provided by the identity profile is quickly becoming essential information many cattle producers aren't willing to do without.
Information. The identity profile gives us information that we are able to use to make management decisions that may be the difference in allowing us to stay in the cattle business in the years to come.
Reporting from Texas, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
To learn more about identity and how DNA technology can be applied on your cattle operation, visit our website at cattlemantocattleman.org or visit identity.com. We'll be right back.